Time and do my life. All right, guys. Welcome to Healthy Living Global. I remain Health Educator Mike, the Health Educator of this Healthy Living Global. All right. Once you join us in the live streaming, do well to tell us where you're watching us from, your location, and if possible, tell us your name. It will go a long way in helping us to know you better. All right. Welcome to the live streaming. Welcome. I welcome you guys to today's live streaming. Um, Sorry we started a bit late due to power supply issues. Many of our subscribers, unfortunately, are having the same issue of this power supply, especially if you are within a FCT, Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, which is Abuja, or you are in fact, you are in Nigeria, and it's part of the challenges we are facing, unlike those people in US, UK, Canada, and other places. So, thank you for joining us today. Once you join us, do well to um, tell us where you are watching us from. It will go a long way in helping us to know you better. All right. Yesterday we started our discussions on vaccination. All right, started our discussion on vaccination. We've listed many things on this vaccination, even um, how vaccination works. We have discussed that. Let me just do a quick recap, which I said yesterday, that vaccination is a way of strengthening the immune system so as to protect the body from diseases. All right. So when someone receives vaccination, the immune system will be strengthened, right? And the thing have different ways by which it can be achieved. All right. Um, if you want to vaccinate, can use like a live attenuated vaccine of the um, the germ or the disease you want to prevent. I can use even dead the dead version of that disease you want to prevent, or using the protein of that disease you want to prevent, or using the ribonucleic acid, all right, of that disease, or this which is the messenger word ribonucleic acid of that disease you want to prevent. So all those ones are what different ways of arranging the vaccine. All right, now when you arrange it in different way, which you can say it can be live attenuated version of it, can be dead version of it, it can be the protein or the messenger ribonucleic acid of that particular disease. Now if they arrange the vaccine, all right, they will give it to someone that want to be vaccinated. When it gets into the body will now detect it, right? Because what is coming into the body is a pathogen, though is attenuated version, right? Which is weakened version. So which we say is also an antigen, right? When the body sees an antigen, it develops antibody. Just like for instance, you have some bacteria that want to invade your system, or even virus, right, that will want to invade your system. Before you know, you'll be having what we call um allergic reactions. All right, so sometimes you can be allergic to those bacteria, so the immune system will wake up, right, to fight off that particular bacteria that want to invade the system. And before you know, it will give you like all these um inches of body and so on. All right, you'll be having scratches here and there to tell that what there's a bacteria that want to invade the system. I need to be prepared and fight it off. All right, so now um that of vaccination, once introduced into the body, all right, what happens is that what the immune system will now note that particular antigen. All right, let's say for instance, vaccine of human papilloma virus is introduced into the body, or vaccine of hepatitis B is introduced into the body, or vaccine of like pertussis or whooping cough, or this pneumonia, right? The vaccine is introduced into the, which is pneumococcal conjugate vaccine is introduced into the body. Before you know it, the body will now develop what we call an antibody against it. So the body will mark that vaccine, all right, will mark it, all right, because in that vaccine it contains what, an antigen of that particular bacteria or disease you want to prevent, which we say can be life attenuated, it can be the dead version of it, it can be the protein, it can be the messenger ribonucleic acid. So when it detects, it sees what as pathogens as an antigen, so it will now form what, antibody against it. So and it will record it in its memory, right? The immune system is capable of what, saving all those things in the memory, right? So that whenever the disease itself comes, it can be able to fight it off and destroy it totally. So that is what we call immunization, right? So when you become immune, you will be able to what, your system will be able to fight off all those bacteria. So which is to say that strengthening your immune system, right, generally, like taking up lifestyles that will help and strengthen your immune system, is another way of getting yourself vaccinated, right? Which is what, immunized. So it will strengthen your immune system and help your immune system to fight. In all these ones I mentioned, is all about what? Is all about saving the this thing, saving the memory of that antigen, all right, in the immune system, so that you can detect it later. But strengthening your immune system to make it to be strong enough to be able to fight anyone that comes. So now we've listed a lot of examples of this vaccination. So we're going to continue. We'll do a quick recap, then continue fully and list other ones. Now, we started with what, BCG, which is what, under a childhood vaccine. That is childhood vaccine, there is vaccine for teenagers and adults, and there is also vaccine for special case. All right, I'm going to mention them in this live streaming. Now, number one that we're going to mention in childhood vaccine, all right, or childhood vaccination, is BCG. All right, BCG, what does it do? It helps what, in protecting someone from having tuberculosis for a very long period of time. For those who are saying that vaccination is not working, all right, check the history, go back and begin to check the records of tuberculosis that we have before now. All right, a lot of things happened within those periods, to the extent that it took a lot of money and even wasted a lot of life due to tuberculosis, of which there was invention of DOTS treatment, what we call DOTS treatment, all right, or DOTS procedure when it comes to treatment of tuberculosis. Now, it was invented during that period to make sure that what, it combats this tuberculosis. But now, since it will have been introduced in this vaccination, right, at least we have recorded very lesser tuberculosis, right, in children or even in adults, because once you become immunized from childhood, you may not have it in adult age, and even if you have it in adult, it won't be that serious like someone that did not receive this vaccination. Now we say what, number one is BCG. This BCG protects someone from having tuberculosis. Right? Of course, tuberculosis is dangerous. It's one of the respiratory tract infection that is capable of killing someone. Right? It can kill. So you need to actually prevent it on time. So once they give birth to a baby, all right, once they give birth to a baby, on that particular within 24 hours or within few days um after the delivery, it's expected that the person receive what we call BCG. All right, BCG vaccine is going to protect the child or the baby from tuberculosis. So all those things will go a long way in helping the baby. All right, so another thing again, another one, which is number two, a hepatitis B vaccine. Yes, hepatitis B vaccine is very okay, and it helps what also in protecting babies. Of course, we know how common hepatitis B can be these days. For instance, after delivery, a lot of women come to carry babies, right, that they just born with, of which we say that this hepatitis B can even be transmitted through bodily fluid. All right, so you don't know where it can come from, which is the reason we need to always protect our babies from this hepatitis B. So our childhood, once the child is born, the child will receive this BCG, and at first week, the person is going to receive um, this hepatitis B vaccine. So he's going to receive it. So now another thing is a OPV, all right, which we say is oral polio vaccine, and IPV, which is what inactivated polio vaccine. All right, so this OPV and IPV, they are very important because what it prevents what we call polio. Of course, polio is capable of making someone to be paralyzed. If you have seen all these children, all right, or um, even teenagers, right? Before you know, you see this particular hand looking very thinner. This one is okay, fresh and okay. This one become very unhealthy, and even one leg, the person will be walking somehow, or the person will become crippled or something, or the one of the side or the one of the gluteal muscle become very shrink and thinner, and the other one will be okay. All those things are a result of this um is a result of this polio. So polio have cost us a lot. Polio have dealt with Nigerians since before the invention of this oral polio vaccine and inactivated or injectable polio vaccine. All right, they have dealt with us, and by God's grace, since the invention of this IPV and OPV, at least they have been reduced to a large extent. So for those that are saying that vaccine do not work, please be taking note of all these things and take your child to the health center to be vaccinated. Very important. Another thing we mention here is Penta vaccine. Penta vaccine was for whooping cough, it was for pertussis, it was for diphtheria, tetanus, it was for even hepatitis B, even Haemophilus influenza. Okay, let me mention them. One for what? Haemophilus influenza B, it work for hepatitis B, it work for whooping cough, it work for diphtheria, it work for tetanus. Sorry, not pertussis. There are no pertussis in this one. So it's five. It prevent five issues. All right. We prevent what? Haemophilus influenza. It prevent whooping cough. It prevent diphtheria. It prevent tetanus, and it prevent what? Pneumonia. So as it prevent sorry, hepatitis B. All right, I don't know if I mentioned it correctly. Haemophilus influenza B, hepatitis B, whooping cough, tetanus, and what? Diphtheria. So these are the five of them. So it prevent these particular conditions and make sure that what you are always protect, or the baby, sorry, is always protected or highly protected from all these issues we have mentioned, right? From all these things we have mentioned. Let me repeat again in case if we didn't get it right. I say Penta. painter vaccine protect someone or protect the baby from what we call Haemophilus influenza B or Haemophilus influenza type B. It protects the baby from hepatitis B. It protects the baby from whooping cough. It protects the baby from tetanus, and it protects the baby from what diphtheria. So all those issues is all these things I have mentioned are serious illness that can even kill the baby. So it protect the child from all these things and make sure that what the baby is very safe. We go to our health center to vaccinate your child of this painter. It's part of this the injection that is going to be given during this vaccination section. And that thing we are going to mention is PCV. PCV is what we call a pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. The pneumococcal conjugate vaccine helps what in protecting the baby from pneumonia. All right. So when a baby receives, when they give it to the baby, it will protect the baby from um all these respiratory tract infections. All right. And at the end, the baby will be okay. Not having all these issues. It will help the baby to even grow and be viable, because if the baby is having this pneumonia, right, it can kill the baby. It's capable of causing some chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's capable of causing different respiratory tract issues. So it can kill the baby. Go for immunization. Another thing we are going to mention again, the rotavirus vaccine. Rotavirus what vaccine? This particular one help in dealing with this serious diarrhea that you see, all right, in babies. All right, these babies that are having a serious diarrhea and is capable of killing the child. Diarrhea, dehydration, before you know, the child will lose water in the body to the extent that it can even later result to cholera. All right, and once it resort to that, my dear, the child can die. So please do well to go and receive rotavirus vaccine, which is capable of causing diarrhea. Sorry guys, just like I mentioned earlier, I said we're having what challenge with power supply, which is the reason some even this live stream I'm doing, I'm not that settled because we have not empowered our system for this live streaming for today. Even that one yesterday happened, but we believe that tomorrow will be better. So even the power supply is going down. I'll speak now, but we believe it's going to come up because the power supply is already active. But what is remaining now is to power the things we are using for this live streaming. So please, I'll see you guys tomorrow by 10 a.m. for the live streaming. We'll continue in all this in our topic that we have established on this vaccination, the important, the function of this vaccination. We need to know it, we need to promote it, we need to talk about it, we need to let people know about it, so that in the end people will work with this information and get their babies vaccinated. It has protected a lot, and we cannot overemphasize what these vaccinations have done. All right, all these serious illnesses I've been mentioning, can you check? Can you see it very common these days? No, it have reduced drastically because of vaccination. For those who say vaccination is not working, please be the judge. Tell me what you think on the comment section, guys. See you guys tomorrow, please.